Boner. My boner is quite immense. My boner is quite immense. You got to do all these training exercises to make sure that your enunciation is correct and my pronunciation is perfection. So hopefully that covers all the pops and plosives on your direction if you're wearing headphones, although I do think my audio settings are professional quality. Welcome to the live stream. If you're not watching this live, you're missing out. If you're watching this after the fact, that's pretty lame. I gotta say, you should do better. You should be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Listen to Michelle Obama and Oprah tell you to be better on, I believe, Father's Day. I think, if I recall correctly, that particular clip is from Father's Day. Ugh. God, yeah, be better. Here's some bitches telling you to be better. Isn't it great? We have an action-packed episode, as usual, for you here on the Pigcast. As you could probably tell by the videos on this channel, it's a magic channel. Unfortunately, I'm a magician, right? That's the worst part about this particular thing. But these live streams are more general. They're very broad when it comes to the topics. It's not magic tricks. Ew. My goodness, could you imagine talking about magic tricks for longer than 5 minutes? It's awful. So this is kind of a more general take on things, right? I prefer it that way rather than, rather than dealing with just talking about cards all day. I remember Daniel from my old ham radio podcast, his first pitch to me when doing a podcast was, hey man, we should talk about playing cards. We should talk about some cards and see if people like that. No, I'm not going to talk about playing cards for an hour. Ugh. But today we're going to talk about some things that have come up in my my space when it comes to things that I've been looking at. Grotesque things, my goodness, fuck. That have come into my eyesight, unfortunately. The title of this was originally EBT Wedding, right? EBT Wedding, because of a specific TikTok that I happen to have seen. But then I realized, no, I'd rather talk about gaming journalism, rather, as a whole, which is just as cringe as you would imagine. I'm not really much of a video game guy. I hate the fact that sometimes I find myself playing. Recently, I've been playing the new Zelda, right? Whatever, right? But here's the thing. I won't play a game, and then I'll play a game for a little while, once a year, and then that's it. That gets my my video game virginity off for at least the time being. But I'm not about to be invested into the game. I'm not about to put more effort and post about it and make it my whole persona as people do when it comes to these sort of things. But there's a whole subcategory of journalism dedicated to specifically for gaming. And you could imagine that it's probably, I would argue, worse than political journalism. I would argue it's worse than opinionated anything, just because it's always just these awful takes, and you're trying to squeeze in your preconceived notions on journalism for gaming. Ugh, my goodness. You know what? Be better. Be better.
Be better. Be better.
Okay, there you go. I don't know why this fucking drop is weird. I was going to change them. I was going to add a couple. Somebody on Twitter sent me a couple of drops, and I thought those were pretty good. I got to say, my current drops, I need to improve them. This one in particular is the hardest to shoehorn in.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
It's really difficult to shoehorn that one in. I don't know how else I could really pencil that one apart from, I don't know, if I tell somebody, hey, you can't be here. I put my hand on their chest. What was this? I was at a bar a couple days ago, and I was watching the Heat game. As you know, I'm from Miami, Florida, and the Heat happened to be in the finals, or in the, I guess whatever the fuck is before the actual final championship match. And they had a very sort of movie-like ending to their game, and it's great being in a bar surrounded by nothing but people that are considered to be part of the team. One thing that I love hearing is, man, we lost. Oh man, shit, we lost. I can't believe we did that. I would have done that differently. Had they put me in, I would have maybe done this. I would have probably done this. And you have a bunch of boyfriends explaining to their girlfriends rules about basketball as if they care. They're just trying to get some dick. But it's great to be surrounded in a bar by a bunch of sports fans. And it's always cringe whenever the topic comes up. And to be so invested in something like sports. I mean, I get it. It's exciting to watch every once in a while. You watch football. You'll put on a little bit of basketball. I'm a huge fan of UFC myself. But then you end up involving it as your entire persona. And you become the guy that says, my team, we lost. When you say we in reference to the team that you happen to be following the most, it's not you. You're not making the money playing the game. It's them. You're watching. You paid for the jersey. They get the jerseys on behalf of the team because they're playing. They're making money. Whereas you spent money to show people that what you're a fan of the Heat. Oh, God. And it was particularly cringy because it was a 1-point lead that the Heat had when they scored a free throw. It was a 1-point lead. And Boston, all they had to do is score once, right, in 3 seconds, and they would win the game because obviously a score is 2. I have to explain the rules of basketball for this to make sense to you. And they do it. But it was under some contention, and you just saw the energy went from everybody's on this coke high of, oh God, we won, we did it, we're going to the finals, fuck yeah, to absolute deflation and wondering, oh man, that's not fair, this, and bartering. It's great to see the human cause go through the stages of grief pretty much every single time when it comes to those things, and it was great to watch, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the Heat. I'm a fan of pots and pans. We're very low class here in Miami, Florida, and whenever one of our teams win, what we do is that we go through the streets. It's not like Philadelphia or Chicago, where someone's going to end up, a large variety of people are going to end up dead whenever your favorite sports team happens to win. It's going to be something like pots and pans. People, they stick their heads out of cars and they get a spoon and a pot and they just hit it because, again, we're low class here in Miami. So that's what I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to the party, not necessarily the team actually winning. I'm that guy when it comes to following sports. I'm happy if they win, but if they don't win, I mean, they all won, really. They've all made a lot of money for playing a game. Oh, look at what we value as society. Let's see some of the comments here. I'm sorry. I don't want to skip them. I don't want to gloss over them with my massive ego thinking I'm better than reading comments. But we have, Hane says, cards are the most boring thing ever. Yeah, to talk about cards especially. Talk about anything magic related for more than an hour. I feel like I want to end myself. I've done a couple magic podcasts with people, and I always try to steer the conversation away from magic and magicians. I always try to steer the conversation into something more personal and something into, real life, something that people value as opposed to, well, my favorite card trick is, it's like, well, is that really going to matter? Is that going to really matter to you that much in the grand scope of things? My goodness. I'm not even drunk. I haven't even drank. We have Jay Billow says, what about when men play against females or fight or ruck? What does that even mean? I don't even know what you mean there. What about when men play against females? Are you talking about this whole thing now where it's like, oh, well, maybe we should include a certain type of people in sports? Really can't mention it. I am streaming concurrently on YouTube and on Rumble, by the way. I'm trying Rumble out when it comes to their live streaming. I think they opened it up. So I'm just streaming there just to test it out and see how it looks like. But certain words I can't say on Twitter, or on YouTube rather. I could say on other platforms. So I really can't get into that as far as I would like to on this particular platform. I apologize, Jay Billow, unless you're talking about that. Manel says some Portuguese shit. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of Portuguese. I got to tell you, I feel like anytime I hear it, every time I see it in writing, I just think, wow, somebody's a really drunk Spaniard, or somebody's really drunk and trying to speak Spanish. That's what I think every time I see Portuguese. I'm sorry. I know that's offensive to Brazilians, to people from Portugal. I don't care. Spanish is a beautiful language. Portugal, what they do is that they go, I'm just going to cut it in half. I'm just going to chop it.
In that, it was
Look
done.
at that. Every time somebody subscribes to the channel, I get a notification. I've had a couple videos recently on YouTube go a little bit better than my usual videos. My long-form magic-related videos on YouTube aren't necessarily doing great, whereas my short-form TikTok substitute content on YouTube is doing A-okay. And I've noticed something, too, which is the retardation of people. I don't know if I have this video ready, right? But this is one of them. And I have to imagine, if you watch this video, you immediately think it's parody, right? Let me see if I could smoothly transition onto that right here. Let's go to this. Okay, I assume it's going to work out. Yes, I've had a little bit of computer issues recently, but you see the smooth transitions. That deserves a like on YouTube, right? That's valuable on YouTube. Asking for likes. Isn't that a thing? For you to press the smooth transitions isn't enough for you. But this is a video that I put out, and you could watch it and immediately assume that this is parody, right? That this is something that's not intended to be an actual life hack. But let's take a look at it.
Get a free drink anywhere that you go. All you need is some fart spray. I made my own out of seltzer and carbonated poop water. And all you need to do is just spray your drink with this concoction. Then you're going to have them smell it, and they're going to replace it for you and give you a free drink. Here's how.
So I put that on TikTok. I put that on Instagram because your boy's out here trying to be an influencer, right? I'm trying to influence the masses. And the comments that I've gotten from people are absolutely absurd. Let's see if I could read them here. I'm too blind to read it at that particular font size. So you buy a drink, ruin it, and then get a new one. So you pay for one and only get one. Very worth it. Yeah, because I'm going to take carbonated poop water and fart spray that I've made, a concoction of fart spray, to the bar to get a free drink. Are you retarded? And then, of course, I respond with carbonated poop water, which should let you know that it's. I mean, come on, you see the term carbonated poop water. You have to imagine that it's a parody. And this got 46 likes. Unfortunately, mine only got 9 likes, which lets you know people are retarded. This guy says, so you drink the full one that has fart spray in it? No, you don't do any of that because there's no fart spray, because it's a joke. I have to explain. I have to explain it. That's the part that I love about this. To save people some time, don't do this. Thank you, it's your boy Cloud. I think your comment really stopped a lot of people from getting seltzer water and poop and poop and putting it in a bottle and spraying it on their drink, I'm guessing that's how he speaks based on his username. Let's see. I'll happily give you the spare change from my pocket so you could purchase a full drink of your choice as a decent human being. Of course, implying that I have to resort to tricks like this to afford drinks at the bar. How to create evidence against yourself and cause other people to commit crime. A double whammy. 3 likes. Come on, this guy gets it. This guy gets it. Carbonated poop water. I smelt it through the drink. Actually, I smelt it through the screen. It's coffee. It's coffee in this very glass, as a matter of fact. Coffee in this very glass. One of my favorite Coke cups in my collection. Carbonated poop water. Guys, this is a joke. Thank you. Right? I don't appreciate the way you're encouraging theft. As someone who worked in the food industry for years, this really sucks. You're messing with people's livelihood. Let's see, of course, I respond, carbonated poop water. Very mature response for a very mature video. This one says, that's a crime, sir. This one says, this isn't a hack for a free drink. It's a hack to replace a beverage you already paid for. You want free drinks? Frequent the same establishment and be kind to the employees. Before you know it, all your fountain beverages will be free. All it takes is friendliness. People are retarded. I live in a world surrounded by retards. Notice, by the way, I think you could use that word. A lot of people go against that, but I never call actual people that are mentally retarded. That's the key to a lot of things. People think, oh, it's to normal, well-functioning human beings that leave dumb comments on videos that are obviously parody. Why? What are you doing to yourself? My goodness. Ugh. 2023, lock the IQ drop. Okay, I need to increase the size here of this screen. My eyesight is pretty atrocious even from this length. So stay in school, my friends. Eat your carrots. Here it says 2023. Look up the IQ drop in the last 10 years. This isn't parody anymore. People would do it. That is true. I do have to acknowledge that there is a certain populace that would partake in this particular prank, right? Thinking that it is something true. As a matter of fact, that leads me into something that I recently talked about. I put up a couple opinion videos. I hope you appreciate the pun. Opinion. The channel is called PigCake. Opinion. Ha ha, boys. Ha ha.
This is the Gables, and you are not welcome.
You get it? Right? So one of those was on this guy named Mizzy. Mizzy is a retard from, I believe, England. That he's someone that's doing such great pranks, like going into people's houses. That's a great one, a fun one to do in Texas or Florida. Or he's going into people's cars. That's another fun one. Or stealing dogs and then returning them. Right? These are all fun pranks that he's done. He's recently gone into the control room of a train. This is weird, by the way, this video in particular, because it seems heavily staged. This cop lady that's apparently taking him in stops before, and then they start recording, and then she walks with him. There's a lot to be said about this particular video, but what's more important about this particular video are the comments, right? So I'm encouraging you to watch the video that I made, The Opinion, right? There's some magic in there. I'm shuffling cards as I'm talking about societal issues. I think it's a fun little way of presenting things, but still tie into the fact that I'm a virgin magician. I don't even know what the shape of a woman looks like naked, to be honest. But let's go to this one to show you what I'm talking about. This is Mizzy right here. This person that's gotten popular as of late. For just the dumbest shit. But look at how awkward this is. Look how weird this particular video is. Right? She's there looking at the camera. Then they walk. And he's out here saying some dumb shit. Right? Apparently these are cops putting him in or whatever. I don't believe that. I think that those were actors. And he did some sort of bit here. Because look at this. How dumb does that look? Although I am willing to... I would say and acquiesce that those are police in the UK. I would say that's, I'm guessing, accurate. I'm trying to be the devil's advocate here and say, no, those aren't cops. Those aren't real cops. It's weird. Why would they allow themselves to be recorded? Why would she stop? And then, oh, you're recording? All right, now let's go. Like, that's weird. It all seems staged to me. But I do believe that this guy would tell the cops, hey, can we record a video real quick? Like, just help me out with a video. It's for TikTok. Like, ugh. This guy should be in prison. He should be made an example of, as I said in the video. That's how you prevent people from doing this. And he got off for all those little things. I believe he went to whatever the fuck it was. They held him for like 2 days. Or they held him for a very small amount of time. And he's out. And he went into a train thing, and then he's not doing shit. So the way you take care of this is that you put him behind bars for a very long time. You make an example and say, hey, if you walk into people's homes unsolicited, you might have a consequence. If you try to, I don't know, walk into somebody's car. I mentioned in the video that we have something called a castle doctrine. Stand your ground over here, where if you feel like you're in danger, you could protect yourself to the point where if you think you got to defend yourself by taking a life, and if you're able to prove that in court, well, you're going to be able to get away. Same thing if somebody decides to stick their hands in your car, guess what? Your car is your castle. Right? If I feel like I'm fearing my life, pow, 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 pow. So you really can't do that in anywhere other than, I imagine, the wonderfully sunny England, which I happen to have been there for a month. And I come back and I see the sun for the first time in what is a month every time I go to England. It's weird. It's like they don't have love there. Let's see here. That hurts my head. That's really low. But that's expected, right? Says Manel in reference to what I imagine is me shitting on Portugal. But I at least know that the women from Portugal are beautiful. So I'll give you that, right? The women from Portugal are beautiful. As I was just mentioning, when I left England, I went through Portugal and I was there in the airport for a little bit of time. But you get to see all the women. And my goodness, it was the first time I saw actual women in over a month. In England, those aren't women. Those are compromises, what you see there. They all have the same lip filler. They all have the same sort of like over makeup demeanor. It's not a good look, English women. It's comparable to their food. Their food is bland and gray. So that's how the women are over there in England. But that was Mizzy. I made a video on him if you wanted to check that out. It's on my channel. I believe it's called The Biggest Idiot or something, or This Guy's a Loser, something insulting, I'm sure. And I had to press on YouTube. When you want to monetize your content, you have to say what your video, what's said in your video, essentially. Is your video derogatory towards a group? Is your video going to use offensive language? You have to click on all those little things. I had to click on all of them because throughout the video, I'm referring to him as a fucking retard. I should have called this episode fucking retard. I think that would have been accurate, as that seems to be the term that I'm using the most in this particular live stream. Let's see. Satchel says, you wouldn't say he should go to jail if he had a white sweater on. Actually, yeah, white sweaters would be a jailable offense if I was president. It's very hard to keep it white. I have a white pants that I bought recently. I'm going through Miami Vice phase, if you can't tell by the tank top. But I bought some linen pants, right? And to keep them pristine and white is impossible. So I would say it's a jailable offense if you are wearing a white sweater just on the basis of fashion, because you're never going to keep it as clean as when you get it. So you're always going to either have to bleach it, or you're always going to have to do that OxyClean thing where you put it in OxyClean for like a week and a half, and then it might go back to its old brightness. But yeah, I would say that he should get arrested if he had a white sweater on. Mizzy had the balls to claim he has the face of young people, as if Greta Thunberg didn't exist. She's at least trying to do good. I would argue that, but you know what? I see what the metaphor is that you're getting, right? She's trying to do something. She thinks, even though it's really her parents, that she's trying to better the planet by putting awareness to the environment, whereas Mizzy is claiming that he's trying to better the youth by saying, hey, YOLO, you only live once. But really, he's just inspiring other retards. Oh, the part that I was going to get at, fuck, I took out the video. Shit. The reason I showed you that video wasn't because of the video. It was because of the comments. So now I have to go on my fucking Chrome. I have to slow down my computer because Chrome sucks up all its resources. And now I have to find the same post. I have to copy it. Control-R, Control-C. Now I have to paste it here. I have to do all this. I'm sorry. This isn't good television. I apologize. Also, we could go back to the comments. There you go. Let's go back here. So this is the video I just showed you. The caption is Free Mizzy. Free Mizzy. Right? And you look at the account and I would think, oh, it's a parody. It's a joke. No. No. It's a type of, type of post here that would say, hey, Mizzy's this is the type of youth that Mizzy's trying to inspire. Let's keep it at that. Participating in this activity could result in others. Let's actually see this video.
This is trying to show you guys that pain is an illusion, bro. Pain is all in the mind. A lot of things.
You lot, I'm begging you hold this phone for me for 2 seconds, yeah? Sure. I'm just trying to show these man something. Hold it up. Right. Alright, you man, listen to Mizzy and listen to me, bro. I'm gonna demonstrate right now. You seeing this, yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, this guy's actually retarded. Pains in the mind. All right, buddy. Yeah, good job. Free Mizzy, right, was in that video. And then all the comments are obviously dogging on him, right? Don't free Mizzy. Don't free Mizzy. I wrote, are you dumb? I think that one's not part of the TikTok's algorithm. I don't know if you guys could see it here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Wow. Okay, thank you, TikTok. Don't free Mizzy, right? Don't free Mizzy. Don't free Mizzy. Free Mizzy, hell no. So you could see the type of mentality we have here when it comes to the audience that he's reaching out to. And it's typically, I would say, Bradfordians, right? For lack of a better term, that's a place in England that's known for its high rate of gang crime. And this is no different. But he's just dumb. It's just retarded. And the fact that it's a thing that people are doing because of social media, it's just another reason why we deserve COVID. We deserve COVID-19. Excuse me, but...
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
You're not welcome here, Mizzy. You're not welcome here. Please, leave. Let's see what else here. Sorry, I'm looking through the comments. I apologize. You look like the type to put out, what's your number? The type to put out sexually. Is that what you mean, Homer? Sexually? I kind of get that vibe, right, from this fit that I have on. I'm wearing these weird pants that I got from H&M that have like a wide leg, pant leg, kind of wide. I'm not a fan of them for going out, but around the house, it's not bad. But yeah, I kind of look like the type of guy that would put out. I think it's the earring, too. I put on a dangly earring after a while of not putting it back. So I do look like the type of guy that if you personally, with the name Homer, would put your hand on my thigh, we would have sweet, sweet love. The only problem would be picking who's top and who's bottom, right? That'd be the only issue that we would have. Let's see. Sorry there. Hungry and hungover. Imagine if he did that in America. Yeah, he'd get shot. He'd get shot immediately, especially going into somebody's house. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that here unless you're actually planning on robbing the person. But for a prank video, where you're walking into somebody's house with your phone, going, oi, oi, London breath, oi, oi, mate. And then no, you're going to get shot. Everybody here has a gun. I don't yet, but I do have other things that I'd probably throw at you. What would I do? Let me think. Well, it depends on if I get the jump on the guy, right? But I have enough things that have weight that I could throw until I get outside. My goal would be to get outside. That's my goal. I don't want to stick in and fight. My goal would be to run, get help, right? That would be my immediate goal. Not these idiots that are like, I'm gonna be like I'm in a movie. That's how I'm gonna act. No, run. That's the best thing you could do. Don't get into a fight. It's not Hollywood, all right? If your head hits the concrete, you could die. A concussion's not just a cute little thing that you wake up and it's like, oh, I have amnesia. I just saw an episode, speaking of Miami Vice, where this guy has amnesia. And it's because he hit his head after an explosion. But it's not cute like that, like in television shows. You end up like Chris Benoit and murder your family. That's a possibility if you get enough of them. So don't think that getting into a fight at any point is something that you could get out of. Martin Luther King walked so Mizzy could run. Free Mizzy. Wow, that's a good take, man. That's a good take. I gotta say, that's on par with that guy that posted Free Mizzy. Ugh. So I titled this stream originally EBT Wedding, and it was for this video in particular. And then I changed the title because I thought it was more appropriate to speak and talk in this particular platform about gaming journalists. And instead, I chose to focus on that. But this is the original reason why I called that the stream that. So let's go and let me show you this video. The caption here says, I don't care what none of y'all say. This is a beautiful EBT wedding, the highest quality of food stamp service. Obviously, parody, right? But let's take a look at the actual proceeding here.
I don't care what none of y'all say. This is a beautiful wedding, the highest quality of food stamp service.
All right, so we have what is a house. Now, before I proceed with this video, I just want to say, right? I get it. Weddings are expensive. I just went to a quinceañera and I found out about the financials behind the actual proceeding, and it was unnecessarily expensive to rent out a hall, to invite people, to get the fucking the invitations. Everything's expensive. The dresses, the suits, everything's expensive. So a wedding, you're paying for even more. The photographer, people are charging fucking $2,000 an hour just to have a little gimbal and then go, oh no, it's not just pressing a button. Photography is not just pressing a button. We have to lug around all this equipment. Shut up, right? So I get it, right? These things are expensive. They're having a low-key wedding at a house. There's nothing wrong with that. However, the decorum, I would say. Let's just go through. Let's come back here. Kind of delayed here, right? Okay, I think, yep, little peek. And, all right. They're recording it here. So, I mean, I don't really want to state the obvious here that they had to squeeze the fit through the door, but I did make a reference a while ago to wearing AirPods. I was going to call them earpods. Wearing AirPods as kids, right? If you're a kid and you're going out with your parents and you guys are eating, having lunch or dinner, and you're wearing AirPods, you'd get essentially taken to the woods and lost if I was your father. This guy's wearing AirPods at what I assume is his daughter's wedding, that he's walking her to the aisle. And what function do the AirPods serve? Do you got to be on call always? You got to have the AirPod there? Some people might argue, oh, no, you could enhance the sound around you, and that's why people have it. No. You're wearing AirPods at your daughter's wedding. Take the house away, right? Let's take the house away. Take the fact that, they're calling this an EBT wedding, whatever. Take the fact that it seems like homeboy here decided to put on his best outfit for the wedding. It looks like a Dallas Cowboys jersey with a chain and a cowboy hat, right? Let's ignore that fit as well for this particular wedding. But the AirPods... I think that's the extent of the video, if I recall correctly. All right. So yeah, the AirPods is really what did me in for the video. Of course, the comments here are pretty positive, saying, "Oh, I'd do it too," in terms of saving money or doing a wedding in your home. Sorry, guys, Bing. That's what happens when you're using Bing as your Internet Explorer here, your internet browser. Let me see if I could reload this and have the comments load in as well, right? Okay, thank you for that. EBT wedding or not, she's a beautiful bride. I hope they last a lifetime. All right. The dad got an AirPod in, right? 87,000 likes. So I hope that that's, I'm glad that that's at least something that they said. Let's look at the comments here, see if they're like, oh, he got an AirPods because of the noise, whatever. It's like, no, he's wearing AirPods at his daughter's wedding. They're talking about simple weddings and stuff, intimate and cute. What does food stamps have to do with wedding? So people are not taking the joke there. Obviously, they're saying that it's done in a house. It's kind of ghetto. Your boy in the back with a jersey, cowboy hat, and a suit jacket. Alrighty then. She married for love. I'm more pissed about the AirPod. I hate AirPod people. I don't get it. Why? Take it off. You couldn't have done this, right? You couldn't have done that for a second. It's like in the 90s, we had the Bluetooth bit. I've seen dudes with those before, where they had to have the little Bluetooth here just in case, right? Oh, I have a business call. Let me just quickly put in my little Bluetooth headpiece so I could talk, because I'm in finance. I tell people how to. That's a fucking. That segment was a car crash. That video ain't worth a copyright. Yeah, I figure, right? But I think it was quite enough that the YouTube Hive Mind algorithm didn't pick it up. God fucking damn it. Let's see. Imagine this gets this gets a copyright over music at an EBT wedding. That would be great. Why did Piggy get a strike on his channel? I think I got a strike on my PigCake Plus channel. But if it's your first strike, you really have 4 strikes. If it's a content strike, they give you 4 chances as opposed to 3, right? So I got that one down. But there's some weird shit. I forgot for what it was in particular. Maybe it was a reference or something I said in the video, but not on this channel. Not on this one. My goodness. I need this channel to advertise. I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad. And it's specifically because you've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. I go with you, but I'm stuck in this video. But I'll wait for you to go ahead and click it. Go ahead, you know you want to. Okay, now for the meat and potatoes of this particular video, which is gaming journalism. Gaming journalism, one of my favorite topics, and not because I like gaming, but because I like to clown on journalism. I feel like in 2023, journalism is meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. It's an advocate. You are somebody who's a picketer, essentially, a professional picketer. Now, I do understand there's local news, right? There was an incident that took place a couple blocks away. Reporters there reporting on what's going on, right? I'm talking about journalism in terms of articles. I'm talking about like the New York Post, the New York Times, all these publications, Jezebel, right? Kotaku, which is going to be one of the ones that we're talking about here today. Polygon, even things like tech. The tech world is, you can't hide from it, right? You would assume it's very easy. Oh, you talk about the iPhone. You talk about the quality of the camera. Let's talk about the things that it could do, right? The internals, the processor. And then you're going to pepper in something about BLM in your review of the iPhone. Like, let's...
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Let's be better, right? There's a time and place. And for some odd reason, video games is, I believe, more inundated with nerdery than politics, than Hollywood. Obviously, it goes with the territory. Video games, you play, it has a whole culture. Another term that I hate, but there is a culture for video games, and journalism in video games is just the cream of the crop, my friends. The one that we're going to be focusing on here is Kotaku. Kotaku is one of those, I would say, one of the more popular gaming publications. They have a bunch of articles that they post, and they just can't help but pepper in things that don't belong in video game journalism, and they're notorious for it. Another one is Polygon. I believe they're owned by The Verge, or The Verge, which is another interesting take on tech journalism. But so we have a couple articles here that we're going to go over. I saw a video today on it, and I thought, you know what, this is a great topic for a live stream. Might as well steal other people's content in terms of their ideas, and then put my own twist on it, right? And one of the things the video mentioned, the first thing was this, which is apparently a now infamous review, which is for the PlayStation 5. I don't have one. The only system I have is a Switch, a little Nintendo Switch. Right, I think it's a good mix. Oh, look, I could just play it and put it down. Whereas an Xbox or a PlayStation, you have to turn it on. There's steps there. Whereas this, I could just play it, put it down. I'm good. Right, this you have to put effort, and then you're more likely to stick around, I believe, playing something like on a PlayStation, on a PC, on an Xbox, than something like a Switch that you could just put down, out of sight, out of mind. Right. So this is a review. My goodness. A review for the PlayStation 5. And again, this has become a little bit infamous just because. Right? When it comes to a thing, you want to review something, you want to learn what? You want to learn what it's going to have, right? The specs, how it's going to play, the price. You want to learn maybe the processor if you're a nerd. Maybe you want to learn about the launch titles, what games it's going to have when it comes out. These are things that are, apparent when it comes to reviews of something that are coming out or impending. Is from 2020. I always like looking, by the way, at the authors. That's one thing that I like doing, just because sometimes it just reaffirms your belief when you look at them. I wanted to zoom in on his face. Unfortunately, I couldn't here, but you could see the person that wrote this, Ian Walker, staff writer at Kotaku. Let's see some of his other ones. Multi-purse patch addresses Taz's reign of Theris, Slim's Velma. Okay, I don't even know. John Cena joins Fortnite. So these are the type of articles that he writes. I'm actually fairly surprised that there's not more, politically charged, I guess, for the lack of a better term. But let's go down here. So the whole point of this article is the PS5's out, but the timing is bad because it was during, I believe, the COVID shit, during a very divisive time. So he goes over and talks about several things. And the reason a lot of people had some contention with this is because of, this part. I know this is bad television. Maybe I should have marked it. All right, Can't Quit You. PlayStation talking about all the stuff. Okay, all right. How about you get to the other part? One more with a feeling. Nope. My goodness, this is really plummeting. This is really 9/11ing, right? Right here. There you go. But what does it matter? This is the part that got people to be talking about this particular article and have it be, I would say, quite infamous in Kotaku's legacy. But also just I hate the fucking, I get it. You went to college and you studied English, right? I'm sitting at my desk staring at the PlayStation 5 looming over my media stand, entertainment center. It's too grandiose for the small piece of Target furniture that holds all my gaming stuff, and wondering how the hell I'm going to review this thing. Like, it's just like floral. Yeah, come on, just get to it. All right, that's just nitpicking. But let's scroll back down to this bit here where he titles it, but does it really matter? This review, I've spent 3,000 words talking about the PlayStation 5, which is the most I've written about anything, which is, by the way, awful. If the most you've ever written about is a PlayStation 5, then you should check your priorities in life. It's as good a video game console as there's ever been. The combination of ultra high definition video, increased frame rates, and high end graphic techniques like ray tracing and the lightning fast SSD make it feel like a real deal. Next gen successor to the PS4. And if you're not ready to give up on the previous console, the PlayStation 5 reliably runs a vast majority. Notice I'm giving it like a cool guy voice because I imagine that's how he read it as he was writing it, or he wrote it as he was. I can't do the car crash. Okay. But imagine car crash. But I'd be remiss to ignore all the reasons not to be excited for a PlayStation 5. The world is still reeling under the weight of the COVID-19 pandemic. There are more Americans out of work right now at any point in time in the country's history, with no relief in sight. Our healthcare system is an inherently evil institution that forces people to ration life-saving medications like insulin and choose suicide over suffering with untreated mental illness. Let's fast forward to Canada where they're offering suicide as an alternative to mental treatment, right? Let's fast forward to that and see what he has to say about that. But I digress. As I'm writing this, it looks like Joe Biden will be our next president. But it's clear that the worst people aren't going away just because a new old white man is sitting behind a resolute desk. Well, at least not his old white man. This old white man, of course, talking about the former president. Our government is fundamentally broken in a way that necessitates radical change rather than incremental electorism. The harsh truth is that for the reasons listed above and a lot more, people won't simply be able to buy a PS5 regardless of supply, or if they can, concerns over increasing austerity in the United States and the growing threat of widespread political violence supersede any enthusiasm about the console's SSD or how ray tracing makes reflections more realistic. That's not to say you can't be excited for those things. I certainly am on some level. But there's an irrefutable level of privilege attached to the ability to simply tune out the world as it burns around you. God, what a bitch. Oh, good. I felt awkward just reading that. So that's the one that got me, right? That's the one in particular that made me realize, yes, there is some merit to all this hatred of this particular publication. Because, come on, why? What? You're reviewing a PlayStation. Shut up. Shut up, dude. What do you... Yes, there's an inherent privilege with playing video games. Some people are complaining, oh, it's a high price, it's going to be inaccessible. Yeah, a lot of things are inaccessible, but it's something that's, I would argue, a luxury. You don't need to play games to survive. What? So as the world crumbles around you, remember, just a PlayStation 5. Shut up. My fucking God. What's the line here? Does it really matter? Our government, it needs radical change. Yeah, dude. Fuck you, dude. Just tell me how fast the SSD is. Shut up. He really concluded a fucking PS5 review with societal commentary like Hunter S. Thompson. This is why Russia should just launch nukes. Just atrocious. The harsh truth is for the reason listed above. A lot of people simply won't be able to buy a PS5. Yeah, because it's sold out. Because it's sold out everywhere. Obviously, the chips, I think, were having a shortage of chips at the time, but PS5s were impossible to get. People were waiting in line. They were waiting in line amidst the pandemic still for this fucking shit. But what are you talking about? So you're saying that at any point in time when there's other societal issues, you should ignore it? You should just ignore things that you want or like just because things are always going on outside. There's always things happening to some extent politically, socially. Right? You can't control that, but you have to end your PlayStation 5. It doesn't really matter, guys. More important things to worry about. I certainly care. Let's see the comments. I'm sure the comments are probably in agreement. I might be wrong. Let's actually go. I might be taken by surprise here. Let's go. Smooth transition over here, of course. All right. So these are the comments. Yep. What I want to read about in my reviews of products is the state of the world and politics. Best part of the review. And then Obsession says, deal with it. As someone who's excited about a Biden presidency, The notion that having a different old white man sitting behind a Resolute's desk would somehow make the worst people go away is a bit much to take in a PlayStation 5 review, and kind of creepy, honestly. I'm not saying there's no reason to feel that way. Just reading a product review on an enthusiast news site that basically closes, if you want this product, regardless of the state of the world, you should feel bad, is a bit much. And then, of course, DJ Ramrod. Let's see. That's not the vibe that I got from the end of the article at all. It's meant to reassure those who can't necessarily afford one for various reasons that they don't need to make further sacrifices to get one. I almost died in front of a fucking camera right now. It's a wonderful product, sure. But he said it's not going anywhere. It is, because it was out for months. Years, as a matter of fact, it was out. It's still hard to get one in 2022. 2023, now it's very easy to get, but 2022 is still hard to get. And if you're in a good enough position to get one, definitely get it. If you're struggling, don't feel like you have to get one. You don't have to get a PS5, even if you want it. What are you talking about, idiot? I think that's definitely the tone. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think his phrasing took a little things too far. Idiot. I don't think he actually meant to imply that Bernie Sanders, if he was elected, what are you talking about? My fucking God. Incredibly poignant. Sony and Microsoft chose a hell of a time to release their new generation video game consoles. I think it's a great machine, but it's tough to recommend when folks are literally fighting for their lives while residing in the richest country in the world. I was very lucky to receive a PlayStation 5 for the purpose of this review, despite the fact that I'm comfortable enough to have bought one on my own. Absurd addition to this review. We're going to mention ongoing tragedies every review of luxury items and consumer products. Here's an RTX 3080, but let's reflect on the pandemic that's killed 240,000 Americans. You should probably feel bad. Thank you, Nate Based. That's funny. That's why I got mine. My black ass could end up unemployed or dead. Okay. Whenever. So why not enjoy it? So this is just the best of both worlds when it comes to the takes on this particular topic. And this is just one. This is just one article. There's so many more that we're going to cover here. What might prove to be more interesting in PS5 is the SSD. Okay, thank you. This guy's out here talking about the state or the speed of SSDs. Let's see what else. People are also talking about the actual things that are important when it comes to a PlayStation 5 interview, like the actual or review, the nitty gritty, the tech specs. Should the Xbox review be updated to include a tangent of the state of the world and how you should worry instead of the games? It's fine to be worried about the stuff, but the messaging should be consistent. Let's see this one. Kotaku isn't a news organization. It's a blog. Different writers have different voices. Of course, not using opinions. Voices that need to be heard. It's considered a feature, not a bug. Fucking, oh, God. Never good enough. Let's see what this guy looks like. That's just a fucking generic thing. I always like to see what they look like. So that's one article. All right, that's one article in specific. That's a one that got popular a couple years ago. From Kotaku, which is going to be the focus of the rest of this live stream because of the just self-indulgent, shitty takes. Clickbait farms, essentially. They're designed to accumulate clicks via anger, right? And they do the job. You write dumb shit like that, but then also you read the takes that people have, and you realize we're retarded as humans, as the same reason earlier why I posted on the video talking about the carbonated poop water and people thought that that's an actual legitimate life hack that I was actually purporting for you to do on the fucking internet. It's the same reason why people like that exist. People are retarded, fundamentally. So that's that one on the PlayStation 5. These more lean a little bit more towards, I guess, specific ideologies, right? This one, I believe, is a Spider-Man. This is a 2018 Spider-Man bit. Let's see. Let me actually read the comments here before I get on anything. Helen Keller walked so Ian Walker could write Kotaku articles. Free Mizzy. Man, that's getting it. That's getting it. You're getting the pin of glory. All right, hungry and hungover. You're getting the pin of glory for that one. That is a fantastic comment. My goodness. I wish that I had the wit and intellect to leave a comment like that. Michael Lawrence says, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Exactly. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And that is the genesis of this entire live stream. This article thing is so outdated drama like 2 years ago. Yeah, but it's still an ongoing thing. It's still something that's happening. That one in particular happened to be 2 years old, but it's still a thing, right? And of course, that one is one that was really popular in the past couple years. So I decided to highlight it. Let's see this one. I can't believe you're here streaming on YouTube when Ukrainians are literally dying. Yeah, dude, that's the other one. I'm here privileged in my studio apartment in Miami, Florida, scratching my neck at the increasing rent, right? Privileged when people are dying in Ukraine and I'm doing a live stream. I should be contemplating. I should be there contemplating, like just thinking about it and then going, yeah, and writing about it on Twitter because that's going to solve the problem. My goodness. Let's go through here. By the way, Ukraine is still offering free citizenship if you join the Foreign Legion. Be a hero. I would do that only for the shotties. I'm selfish. Ukrainian women are very, very attractive. And if that's going to get me in league, right, in good graces with Ukrainian women, I might consider the whole magic thing. Doesn't work out. Which, by the way, my deck is coming soon. I was thinking of a certain day in June to put it out. A particular holiday, maybe. When the Kickstarter is going to go live. We'll see. That's tentative. But I do have a tentative date. And it is a holiday in June. You could figure out which one. But, again, it's tentative. This one is one, I believe, from what says 2018. And, of course, just sprinkles in some nice stuff. This is, I don't think from Kotaku. This is Polygon, right? Let's see if we could zoom in here. Marvel Spider-Man 2018 already got a remaster for PS5. Also, this is a more recent article. Now it's been remastered for PC, as well as the spin-off game Miles Morales will be released on PC later this year. And despite its glossy sheen on 2 new platforms since its release, it hasn't aged well. In fact, its celebration of both police and surveillance states is downright cringeworthy today. Newcomers might expect some twist ending, which Spider-Man discovers and unravels systematic corruption, but Spider-Man is still as surface level as a new coat of paint this remaster offers up. There are criminals, and there are civilians, heroes, and supervillains, and nothing in between. I don't know. This is from, I believe, the subreddits. I wanted to find the actual author, but it's just a picture, right? Another one. Let's just pepper in there, all right? In a video game, you should be playing a video game, and the video game should actually highlight things that are really... Because Lord knows, this right here, swinging from building to building. Then again, I do think that I'm going to counter that point with a different take with one of these articles in particular. But for this particular one, and what does that even mean? What? Just because it shows cops in good light? That's definitely something worth criticizing the game? What, the remaster should have taken off anything that's pro-cop? Are you dumb? Are you actually fucking retarded? What does that mean? They should go, and instead of just remastering it by making it look better, we should take out anything that seems to be pro-police. So Batman, just as an example, with what's the commissioner that Batman's always helping? No, that's he's helping the cops. The cops are the enemies, right? I have ACAB on my Instagram bio. Does he not know that? Ew. So this remaster is just, it's flat. Oh, God, these takes are just atrocious. Okay. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is even that? Sorry, this Surface Pro 4 is really showing its age. I know I've used it for all these years. I just use it as a side thing so I could look at the comments at the state of the stream. But anytime I get one of these, like, I don't know, high heater or something happens to this, I worry that this is going to cause some sort of potential lawsuit when it explodes inevitably near my place of sleep and I sue Microsoft. Let's see another one here. This one's on Final Fantasy, right? So this one is on diversity in a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy VI dev has a terrible answer as to why the game is so white. Naoki Yoshida feels that racial diversity should be a violation of narrative boundaries. This is done by CC Yang. Let's see. So I guess this person stopped posting on 2023, so recently, right? 10 days ago. Hidden data of Hogwarts Legacy cut morality system is bewildering. Excuse me, how many points did you say that murder was worth again? I'm willing to bet there's going to be some take on this particular article about Harry Potter being, of course, the new target for anti, LGB stuff. Lore breaking. No, I guess not. I'd be very surprised if she doesn't mention it at least once in this particular article. But so apparently she stopped writing for this publication 10 years ago. But let's go back to this one. I love the ads, by the way. I love that. It just pops in where my mouse is. That's wonderful. The narrative boundaries, in quotes, right? Really lets you know where this is going. Square Enix released a new story trailer for its upcoming RPG, Final Fantasy 16. There's just one noticeable problem. There doesn't seem to be a single non-white character in it. How do you live like that? I don't get it. How do you live like that, man? Let's pull aside here real quick. How do you live like that in a world where you're always looking at things based on the spectrum of color and look, I'm looking at the video game instead of looking at its merits like the gameplay and the graphics. I'm looking at it through the lens of whoa, hey, that's interesting. That game is interesting, but I noticed something about the game. Oh, what? Did you notice a bug, a glitch? Did you notice something like, I don't know, something that maybe should be addressed? Yeah, it's something that definitely needs to get addressed. Why are all the characters white? Why? Excuse me, did you not realize that when you were coding the game? Must be nice to be there with all the privilege. All that privilege that lets you not pay bills on the basis of your skin color. Yeah, must be nice. I lost that memo. Please guide me to where that memo is. I need to see it. But this one in particular, just single non-white character. So IGN asked producer Naoki Yoshida about whether or not the game would feature any black people or any people of color. Unfortunately, his response made me go yikes in real life. In real life, notice the difference here, right? It's great that they had to differentiate themselves. And right, in real life, obviously you're talking about a video game here, a fantasy land. It's called Final Fantasy. And imagine the riveting sort of questions you get, right? Oh, hey, what about the technology you've added in ray tracing? That's kind of cool that you've added the differences in lighting, and now you've added. But and then the next question, you raise your hand and you look at the person with purple hair, and they go, "Yeah, are you going to add any black characters to the video game on a DLC on a future one?" Because we've noticed here, upon scouring the information here, that there isn't any. We've counted. So are you going to add them on a DLC, or how are you going to do that? Is this a sort of a representation your company wants to do? I hate that one. I know that because I've gotten it. I need to get that tattooed on my fucking forehead. Is this the type of person you want representing your company? I love that. It's just a nice little finger poke. But what? Let's see what his response was. Yoshida explained that the fantasy world of Valistea was based on medieval Europe, and they wanted to limit the world culturally and geographically. Valistea was never going to be realistically as diverse as, say, modern-day Earth or even Final Fantasy 15. He said, as if he was being asked to incorporate every race on the planet. Did you see that? Did you just catch the hypocrisy? So why would you write that in an article where you're saying that there's not enough black people? Okay, there's also not enough Japanese people. You could argue the same thing. There's not enough fucking Spanish people. There's not enough Germans in your game. So this one, as if he was being asked to incorporate every race on the planet. Okay, no, he's answering a question because of its ridiculous foundation. That's why he's answering. And then she ends up being fucking more racist than he is. He's actually not fucking racist. He's very reasonable. Ultimately, we felt like while incorporating ethnic diversity into Valistea was important, an over-incorporation into the single corner of a much larger world could end up causing a violation of those narrative boundaries we originally set for ourselves. So the guy's sticking to this original way, this foundation of, okay, well, let's go into medieval Europe. Medieval Europe was not really a diverse place. So why would I accommodate that if that's the narrative? Which begs the question, why did they enforce a whites-only boundary in the first place? After acknowledging that the real world is more diverse than Valistea, he continues, the story we're telling is fantasy, yes, but also rooted in reality. Which is a Yoshida. You can't say your fictional world isn't bound to reality and then use reality to explain why black people can't exist in Valistea. Pick a struggle and stick with it. Yeah, like why specifically black people? Why don't you care about Chinese? Why don't you think about Cubans? Hey, I noticed in your game that there aren't enough Cubans. There aren't enough Arabs in your game, in your Final Fantasy game. Can't you represent that? Please. I would like you to represent that because it upsets me. This fucking hypocrite. Let's see how this... I already looked up the person, right? CC, I believe. Yeah, fuck. That's how upsetting that's how common this is, that I forget that I looked them up because of how common this sort of thought is. What's really frustrating about this is that black and brown people have always existed in medieval Europe. If the creative leadership have done more research or checked their biases, gee, I wonder where they got their fucking information from. Let's see. Where's this? There's a YouTube video they linked.
Doing something for me.
From Gresham College. Africans have been present in England for more than 2000. So this is where they're getting their information from. I have to imagine it's a source that directly aligns with this particular line of thought. Or some black Europeans were canonized in the Roman Empire. Okay. All right. So again, the same thing could be said about any race and any person, but instead you chose black. And you're complaining because they didn't add black people to this particular game. But you could have said the exact same thing about absolutely anything, any race. My goodness. Oh, God, what a fucking awful take. These new quotes made me feel very cynical about Yoshida's comments from a very previous interview. So now they're capitulating things here, or I don't think that's the right word, but now they're trying to tie things in together here. In August, he said in another interview, he wanted to revitalize the Final Fantasy series, which has been mired in its own long-standing tradition. In terms of whether Final Fantasy has been successful in adapting to industry trends, I believe the series is currently struggling, he said in an interview with Inverse. You know what doesn't help with trying to make Final Fantasy not feel like it's over 30 years old? Giving fans an all-white cast that runs counter to both the industry standards and actual history. Mic drop. Fuck you. Jesus. I'm not even waiting in the comments. So now I'm reading through the comments. Let's go through the comments here and see what they're saying. Ugh. I'm not even waiting in the comments to see if there's at least one person defending a Japanese development team making insular culture decisions regarding their own fantasy universe, because I'm sure there's at least one. That said, I really wish people would stop using this as an excuse. Final Fantasy is an international franchise, and I think it's important for any team to represent the audience they're targeting. While still disappointing, I don't find it surprising that a developer from a country in which 98% of the population serve the same ethnicity and culture struggles to grasp the depth and importance of representation issues. I like that was half right. That was half right. Like, what? So, what is it that it should every game just have every single race represented, regardless of what you're trying to represent narratively? Is that what this is trying to get at? These comments all seem to be agreeing with the actual article itself, which is kind of ridiculous. I really hope at least one person here would be based. But then again, if you have an account for Kotaku, I have to imagine you're going to agree with this sort of line of thinking. Well, it's a symptom of a very serious global racism issue. I should have expected better from Naoki Yoshida. This is just a shame. Digital blackface? What's this? What is even this? I don't even want to get into that line of questioning. But you see the type of journalist that Kotaku is out here, right? Pushing forward the type of articles. What does that even mean? What the fuck? And the fact that there are people in agreement. Let's see. Everything Final Fantasy gamer. Okay, sorry. There's a fucking on my screen, and it's covering the comment section specifically. So let's see. This says, everything Final Fantasy gamer has never seen a woman. I think you mean every Final Fantasy gamer, and of course you corrected it after. I'm not even specifically talking about naked women in general. Yeah, that's correct. I believe if you've ever played a Final Fantasy game, you've never seen a woman naked, me included. I rarely play games. Want dangerous action, join the war, want romance, or travel. Okay, you're still selling the idea of going to Ukraine and fighting. After this video, I'm convinced Kotaku writers are actually somehow worse than magicians. This is incredible. Yeah, that's pretty atrocious, I gotta say. Good take. Thank you for being extraordinarily based. But this is the norm when it comes to the writing. They always have to pepper in little unnecessary bits of byplay. If you're trying to represent, right, it's the same thing could be spun. If the game is taking place in, I don't know, some part of Africa, and you're trying to represent that, that's your narrative. It would be weird to have people that are white. It would be weird to have people that are a different race that wasn't in that particular narrative, right? If you're trying to have this context. So why would you go and stretch based on very, I would say, non-confrontational words that the developer said? Why would you go and stretch that out and then source these, I imagine, people that are probably doctors in some sort of made-up academia, talking about certain things based on, oh, look, in this particular book, this one had a particular different shade. So let me take that and say that the rest of the population was a certain way, when really it wasn't. But you're just trying to pepper in and make sure that the $100,000 you spent in your college tuition didn't completely go to waste. So you write articles for fucking Kotaku. It doesn't make sense. The same thing works backwards. But they don't see it that way. They just see it as, oh, it's just a developer being fucking racist, not understanding issues that are taking place. It's a game. It's a game. He's trying to have a narrative in the game. So why pepper in your little purple-haired postulations? This is the Gaberhood.
This is the Gaberhood, and you are not welcome.
Fucking great. I don't know. I just think that that's a fucking dumb take. But again, any specific reason to be shocked? No. Here's another one. Resident Evil, a game that I recently played. Again, I mentioned earlier in the stream, I typically only play like a game a year, and then that's it. But I did play Resident Evil recently. Resident Evil's Ethan Winters and Silent Hill's James Sunderland are the same boring protagonist. The Silent Hill remake reminded me that it and Resident Evil really love their big blonde babies. Watching the trailer, I'm reminded not only why I hate protagonist James Sunderland and want him to die, but I would also encourage Resident Evil franchise's Ethan Winters to stick his blonde head in the oven as soon as possible. Like Sylvia Plath if she were a talented man in a video game. This animosity might catch you off guard. I admit I have an evolutionary fear of ineffectual blonde men. Let's see what this fuck looks like. Ashley Bartum. Let's see what she looks like. I'm willing to guess. Chunky. Okay. Let's see. I mean, that's all that shows up there. Can't really tell the chunkiness. She seems to be blonde. The angles here led me to believe that, well, she's covering stuff. Right? So that's just based on being on Tinder long enough and knowing all the tricks that people use to cover up certain parts, right? Like, hey, why are you only taking pictures from the chest up? Weird. So, of course, she writes in, I have a fear of blonde men. Oh, God. Ineffectual blonde men. I like how some people are afraid of snakes. I'm disturbed by Christopher Columbus, who Scientific American described in 1893 as with blonde beard, a clear complexion, and blue eyes. What? Like Columbus, who was famously too stupid for spatial awareness, I believe Ethan and James were both capable of accidentally inflicting death and venereal disease upon an entire continent. All right, great take. I'm sure they got that take from the same people that they referenced in the previous article, talking about some dumb shit. What? It's difficult for me to pinpoint exactly where this conviction comes from, but when I look at James sniffling and swoopy-haired with green little jacket and Ethan sniffling swoopy-haired with a little tawny jacket, I want to start handing flyers out about why chemtrails are turning the frogs blonde. I feel it in my core. So she goes over the different outfits and why it's a red flag. They're bumbling and they never earn an answer. I can understand being unequipped for the gross, mentally and physically traumatized ordeal they're going through. I wouldn't exactly know how to react with my wife coming at me with a chainsaw, but I wish their games would give me anything to admire, empathize with these men we spent hours playing as. You can't coast on luck and boyish perplexity all the time. What? These guys are trying to fight zombies that are coming after them. Whatever happens, I think, is just a cause of fighting zombies that are coming after you. When he's not depressed, he is a body that acts often without the joys of such performative drunkenness. Same, but bland James and Ethan, blonde, handsome, and regrettably uninteresting, are prime examples of what happens when men aren't encouraged to nourish their souls. They fumble in the dark with empty heads and survive horror, but with blinders. Women never get to shy away from gore. I know I'm spiteful, but I think James and Ethan deserve what they get. What? Let's see the comments on this one. Let's not let Leon off the hook, who purposely does this to their hair. He doesn't. It's a video game. You fucking retard. Let's see. Leon, 100% honorable mention. She, of course, responded. Wait, hold on. Meant to empathize or admire. James, toxic masculinity is my whole deal. Sutherland. What? It's amazing what they postulate from video games, right? Leon, 100 mention, whatever. Okay, let's go through here. I'm totally baffled. People in Resident Evil fandom are invested in Ethan Winters, which is not weird. I have all the respect for people who want to know where Rebecca Chambers is. Of course, sexist. This is a sexist if you think anything other than what they want you to think here. Designed, let's see, Country Club Kid. I think these are the same types of individuals that they argue about who's stronger, Captain America or Thor. None. They're not real. They're not. They're. Do you know that? They're fiction. They're not really people. I don't know if you're aware of that. Same person that wrote there. Oh, let's not let Leon out. Look at what he does to his hair. He doesn't do that to his hair. I don't know if I have to be the one to tell you this. What's the person that wrote this? Batista thumbs up. I don't know if I have to be the one to tell you this, but he doesn't do that to his hair. Somebody animated it that way. Somebody coded it. I think I'm going to lose my mind in this particular stream. How many tricks do you have in John Kerry's new book? I think 2 tricks. I know I had to send a picture in for the actual book itself. I don't know which one I picked, but I have 2, maybe 1. I think 1, 2. I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. I look at every time I write stuff, like every time I do some sort of writing, and I forget I wrote it. So I forgot what I put in there. I don't know. It could be the Akan move, maybe. It could be a trick in particular. Fuck! If you put a gun to my head and told me what did I put in that book, I have no idea. Let's see. Hey Daniel, my favorite Cuban dad. Daniel, how's it been? A magician knows angles. Dude, are you so sure that Kotaku isn't like the Onion for video games? This is so cringe, it almost seems satirical. Somebody should finally make a video game where the main character as someone who's loved for exactly who they are. No, it's not parody. They have one that's parody. I think it's called The Motherboard or something like that. That is a parody one. These last 2, or this one in particular, ties into something I think I mentioned earlier, which is the one that was a Spider-Man one, talking about how they show cops in good light, and that game should have updated itself to reflect this new wave of violence committed by police officers. This is the same one. One of Steam's biggest games last month was a police sim. Not Worrying at All by Claire Jackson. Let's take a look at how Claire Jackson looks like. Again, something I like doing. Okay, kind of covered. Let's check her out here. Oof. I wouldn't complain if she puts her hand on my leg. But then again, I can't see the rest of it. And I'm sure there's probably a blue streak right here. But that's just me speculating. This one here says one of the biggest games was a police sim, Not Worrying at All. Now, keep in mind, there's a sim for anything. There's a drinking sim. There's a sim for being a duck simulator. There's a sim for working as a farmer. There's a sim for everything. So it's expected there's going to be a sim for police. Makes sense. A common, very common job, I would imagine. Right? One of the top things last month was, of all things, a fucking police sim. A fucking police sim. You could almost hear her say that. Released last month, Police Simulator patrol officers take place in the fictional U.S. city of Brighton. The game asks you to take up the badge as a cop, which actually means harassing citizens with traffic violation citations, arresting them for possession of drugs, chasing graffiti sprayers, and other cop things. It's holding a very positive review status, with several active and former law enforcement officers chiming into the comments, and others who didn't get enough of a kick of bullying people in childhood weighing in as well. One reviewer wrote up a poem. I'm not going to read that. Where to even begin? Honestly, this makes that Call of Duty level from the last game look lame or tame. And what is with the human teeth? The devs assume that people carry things around. Obviously, it's a joke, right? It's a police simulating game. You think they're going to be 100% serious. Do the devs assume people carry things around that regular old street cops spend most of their time thwarting murders with a penchant for fake teeth? First person I searched, I found human teeth. 10 out of 10 reads another review. This is about a buggy thing. Shoe first, talk later, talks another review. I've played a ton of GTA where you regularly do horrible things to people, but this one strikes me as a little bit odd. I shouldn't have to throw stones. I shouldn't probably throw stones. I don't know what this one is referring to. I guess a Call of Duty review. And there are other examples of questionably tone-deaf uses of police imagery in games. Let's see what this one is. Let's see what she's referring to here. Overwatch continues franchise of putting characters in cop skins. Right? I guess that's an issue. I don't even want to get into that one. My goodness. Which is mostly boring civil offenses like traffic violations, whatever. Okay, to be fair to the quoted review, I think it's meant as a tongue-in-cheek jab at real policing instead of actual criticism of the game. What is even the point here? What is even the point here? This is the last article that I want to go through before I actually lose my absolute fucking mind. Halo's infinite oddball Quidditch glitch lets you live your transphobic wizard dreams. Because, of course, Harry Potter, the author, came out as somebody who is a TERF. TERF, for those of you guys that live in the real world, a TERF is a trans-exclusionary radical feminist. So she still holds true all the feminist ideology, however, not thinking that people who are trans are worth it. That's how she believes. And because of that, the whole Harry Potter scene decided to catch fire. And this person took it out by mentioning the fact that even though you could play Quidditch, a game in Harry Potter, in Halo, it's a transphobic thing to do. For those of you who are like me, who are missing Griffball, Halo's in and out of universe football combat sport. You could at least pretend you're playing Quidditch, the favorite wizard sport of transphobes everywhere, thanks to a new glitch in the possession of the game type. So the glitch allows the ball to fly around the map, much like the shitty Wizards book's famous golden snitch. Notice the little... Let's look at how this one looks like. Renas the price. This is from an archive. So I don't know if it's going to load that correctly. It might have broken the picture. But I can't see what they look like. But I assume they, them probably look like you would imagine. This is just one of the many glitches. So anytime, I'm guessing, I haven't read this article, but I'm guessing every time they reference Harry Potter, they're going to add in something, like a little punch, like a little, well, this is just grotesque. I have to figure. Let's just see if I'm right with that hypothesis. This is just one of the many glitches. Prevent the team. Okay, I haven't talked about Harry Potter here. Has a ton of physics interaction. So here is not talking about Harry Potter. Here it talks about glitching, or sorry, a Quidditch. If you melee the ball while crouching, you could summon a phantom ball which flies around the map in a large circle, objective marker until regardless of player interaction. This is the aforementioned Quidditch glitch, which could be extremely disorienting in game. However, despite the way things look, so luckily you can't use this game to completely stall a game of oddball. Okay, all right. So I thought that they were saying completely stop a game of Quidditch, which would have been another little pokey, but that's me looking too deep into this. So yeah, I guess this one doesn't really do it. Let's see. Transphobic wizard, classic Kotaku. This person's here referencing, imagine needlessly attacking an entire fan base in a completely unrelated article. God damn it. See, a little bit of baseness in the actual comment section. Why does Kotaku feel the need to label every adult who's ever loved Harry Potter because of the author? There you go. Shitty wizard books. Wow, really didn't read them? Or are you a billionaire? If you dislike something, keep quiet. Okay, this is a dumb take, but I guess people are actually criticizing the fact that this article is so bad that Kotaku deleted the tweets. This got them to the top trending in the US, and not for good reasons. So this is one of the other infamous articles that they wrote a couple years ago. So yeah, I think that that's the limit of my tolerance for looking at gaming journalist articles. I believe that I don't think I'm ever going to see a woman naked ever again, just based on that experience alone. But as you could see, it is AIDS. It's AIDS. I got AIDS from that. So I really hope that that did something to enlighten you in the world of gaming journalism. Because to me, it certainly did a lot. It's raised my blood pressure, I believe. It's also reduced my longevity in life because of it. Let's look at what the PigCake cunt community has to say about it here in the comments section of the video. But like, can you do policeman crimes? Like GTA, but you're the cops? That sounds tight, says Mike Jiggs. Daniel says this guy needs a cool host. Yes, I need a cool host that could actually read at a fucking college level. You know what? I'll make it easier for you at the middle school level. Hane says she actually making the game sounds cool. Remember, it's a game, not real life. It's different. Let's see over here. Mike Jiggs also says, you uncomfortable about trans people? I've got the glitch for you. Right? Could you imagine you're talking about a glitch in a Halo game that seems to mimic another sort of thing in another fake thing, and you just pepper in little things because the author has an opinion? Fuck off. I try to be I try to be here live from the beginning, but my connected would not allow it. Not anything I say is worth listening to. That's not true, Ben Shapiro. You said some takes over here. You've had some good takes here on the PigCake channel. So I can't really dog you for that. To say that you're missed, if anything. Smexy says, you're gay, bro. I don't tolerate that sort of homophobia on this particular stream. This
is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
You're not welcome here in the neighborhood. Okay, my channel is LGBT friendly. LGBT friendly. As a matter of fact, come June, I'm gonna have a rainbow flag back there. Everything's gonna be, my logo is gonna have a flag on it. You're not gonna the amount of rainbows that you're gonna get on this channel is just gonna be absurd. So prepare yourself for June when Gay Month takes place. Smexy. I don't have sex no more because I am here, says Mike Jiggs. I'm sorry about that, but it does give you more time to do things like, I don't know, learn card tricks and listen to a grown tiny man complain about, I don't know, what do I complain about? I complain about everything, typically. I'm the one in the car that's backseat driving, complaining about cars, doing things. Even though I'm not driving, I'm that guy. Why do you think being gay is an insult? Well, the context there was very insulting. It seemed like you were trying to insult me by saying you're gay. Typically, you wouldn't say that other than if you're trying to come off as insulting, right? You wouldn't say, hey, man, you're gay to an actual gay person. That's weird. Yeah, they're gay. That's redundant. But you would say it to someone as an insult, which I perceived as how you said it. So I responded with that in mind. My favorite VTuber got canceled. That's as far as I'm reading that. By the way, I'm sorry, Hane. When I see VTuber, I immediately stop because I have principles in life. Believe it or not, even though I do a magic channel. And what's this? What's this over here? My fucking goodness. I have principles, and I refuse to talk about VTubers. Ugh, I know a couple. I know a couple people that do that. Ugh. You mostly complain about people not joining the PigCake Magic Academy, even though it's practically a White Claw a month. Yeah, it's a White Claw a month. It's a coffee a month, the PigCake Magic Academy. 1,300 extra videos that you get. Rave reviews all around. So I don't know why people are missing out on that. Why? Because you rather pay Netflix? I'm better than Netflix, especially Netflix as of late. This is, by the way, the end portion of the video. I've already exhausted all my topics, which were EBT wedding, sports fans, Kotaku, and Mizzy. So I've exhausted my topics, and because of that, I'm now in the section where I look at the comments. And if the comments don't provide anything of value, I end the stream because I want to go and, I don't know, make myself something. I know what I'm going to eat now, but I know it's probably going to involve some sort of turkey. I've only been eating turkey for the past couple weeks. It's been great. I love turkey. But it's alas what you have to do if you want to lose some weight and not be a fat fuck. Although I did cheat. I did drunkenly order a Papa John's pizza to my house the other day. I put some avocado slices on it. I was so fucked up that I thought that was a good idea. And here's the thing. Well, it was a good idea. Avocados on pizza is unbelievably good. So if you ever have a chance, get some Hass avocados, cut them up, put it on your cheese pizza, eat that shit, and then thank me. Send me a video of you eating it and thank me in that video because I deserve all of that. I deserve all of that adulation. Talk about John Kerry's new book. Let's see. Talk about, okay, yeah, well, his book, he's been sharing with me some stuff for a little while now, John Kerry. He's always great. He's very generous. He's always sending me videos to put on the PigCake Magic Academy, little things here or there. And I still have to put up one or two, as a matter of fact. But it's always nice to see people that I read and see people whose videos I used to watch as being a fan of yours. That's kind of weird, right? So Jay Sankey hits me up, John Kerry, right? All these people that I thought I would never end up meeting, I meet, and I have, we're friends, essentially, friendly. So it's weird. It's odd. Now to be in his next book, that's also another thing that I never expected. But John Kerry, obviously, he's known for simplifying card magic. Everything that he does is as simple as possible without resorting to any sort of compromise on the effect. It's not for everyone. His style is definitely not for everyone, but I think that it's great because it reminds me of John Bannon, not to be a complete virgin, but John Bannon in that it's just everything's condensed. Here's a trick. It's easy to do. The method is almost self-working usually for a lot of the stuff he does, and it's very easy, therefore you're more likely to perform it. That's what I've always loved about John Kerry's stuff. So let's see. Unbased Magic Reviews showed the heartbeat trick is actually in the Jinx. Unbiased Magic Reviews. I think he left a shitty comment. Was it him? Let me see. One of I had to look it up on my comment section on YouTube. Was it in the Jinx? I mean, I don't know if there's something wrong with publishing that. I guess the only thing would be to probably update the crediting, but I don't think there would be anything wrong with marketing it and then selling it, right, as an individual product. It's capitalism, I guess. But I assume they're probably going to update the actual crediting for that, if that's actually the case. But let me see if Unbiased is the one that actually left a review, or sorry, left a comment calling me a shitbag. Unbiased. Yeah, right here. Yeah, he did. Fucking cunt. I don't. What's his name? Craig Petty recently made a video talking about Unbiased and saying, "Oh yeah, he's good" or whatever. We need people like him. No, fuck that guy. Calling me, stop revealing magic to the masses, you POS. And I go, what? What? Fuck you, nerd. Let's see if he's here. Let's see. What's the last video he posted? Unbiased Magic Review. 7. Okay, so the original heartbeat effect. And he's posting here the original heartbeat effect. I guess he's trying to make a point that was in the Jinx, right? Fucking nerd. Stop revealing magic to the masses, you POS. I'll fight you. I'll fight you, buddy. You can leave comments like that. You don't even respond. Bitch. Little bitch. Come at me, bro. Let's start some magic beef, man. Let's start some magic beef. Start some magic beef with David after calling me a POS in the chat, not even responding to my what? My query. What, are you afraid of the word queer? My query? Huh? Bigot? Fucker. Let's see this. Supporting Papa John's Pizza in 2023. I'm going to write a Kotaku article about this, right? I've never not been a fan of Papa John, right? Unfortunately, I know that man was finessed out of his job by some retarded, what is it? It was some like lobby bullshit. Oh, God, he was quoting, and he said the N-word. He was quoting somebody else. It's been done by our president. It's been done by people higher up in politics, and nothing happens to them. So what? He can't quote somebody? Come on. So Smexy, it's by Ralph Reed. So that one, okay, I guess, yeah, there's probably contention on the actual bit. It's in Tarbell 4, supposedly, and yes, he credits it. Yep, bought the Jinx today, and it's in there. Don't worry, deleted PigCake. Don't worry, I deleted the comments that called out illusionists for not crediting. The word bigot is offensive to fat women. That's fucking hysterical. But if he credits it and they come out and they publish it, I imagine the guy's probably dead that made it, right? I don't know how that would work, but is it that he thought independently? I'm not sure what the bit is there. I'd have to do some magic virgin research, but I have to imagine that they knew somehow. Who was it that made it? Colas? If Colas independently came up with it, right? That's his own thing. And then now they just update it. And they go, yeah, it was in the Jinx. Here you go. Here's the credit. But I don't know if he's implying, this guy, Magic, Unbiased Magic Reviews, I don't know if he's implying that they should pull it out because it's been released. I hate talking about magic on this stream, by the way. Is that noticeable? I don't like talking about magic tricks on this stream, especially a stream that's been so incredibly based and full of logic like this one. Let's see, Unbiased Magic Reviews, but let's take a look at it. Magic Review. If you're watching this on Rumble, which I'm also co-streaming to, I apologize, because this is a magic channel, so I do unfortunately have to talk about magic from time to time. And this is some drama that's taking place in the magic community, of which, by the way, I hate. Let me just... Oh, shit. All right, maybe have some audio leveling in your fucking videos, bud. But I have to apologize because this is a magic channel, and I do unfortunately sometimes talk about magic tricks because... Well, you know, it's what I do as a living. But don't let the rest of this part of the stream deter you from watching the based part. But let's see what Unbiased Magic Review says. He's reviewing the original one.
What if we have questions?
Great video as always. As a medical professional, I hope you did a video on this. Although we've read it in the Jinx, the earliest person was Paul Daniels. Okay, so I'm looking at the video now. Let's see what his take on it is. I just want to know if his opinion is to take it out of the market. That's what I want to know. This is way too loud.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so
This
much
guy
for
called me a
tuning
piece
in
of
and
shit.
spending a few moments of your
This
day
guy
with
called me a piece. This guy. Look. First of all, look at this. Let me flex. Look at. Oh shit! I almost passed out flexing there. That guy's calling me a piece of shit. Come on, man. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Let's go back. I just want to see if he says about taking it out, or you say it's boring. I imagine it's very boring.
And I don't know where he came up with these answers, but he's totally wrong. So I need to clarify this for you in case you do decide to perform this for some people. Somebody asked here, do you either do a single heartbeat or do you do a double stroke? And his answer was...
Shit. I thought the double stroke was what I did in college, right? Yesterday. That was it. I'm sorry. Fuck. I deserve the car crashes. I apologize profusely for that bit of virginity, but let's take a look. I don't care about this, honestly. I don't fucking care. I don't think it's an issue. But I want to see if he says like, don't buy it, or oh, it's they should pull it out.
To follow with a pencil in hand to make finger holds exact. And then they go over a detailed description on how to perform this so that way you can emulate the idea of sending an impulse to your spectator through a pencil. Exactly what the heartbeat effect is. They go over all kinds of little tips to help you. And like I said, you can talk about $15. And later in the week, I'm going to do another review on some other material that's in magic.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't like when magic companies try to reinvent the wheel and just give it a different name or a different spin on the exact same effect or type of effect. And I think that once they kind of found out about this, they probably should have, thought about just pulling the effect.
Oh, shut up. What are you talking about? So everything in magic is now supposedly, you pull it out. Pull it out because it's been done before. Everything's been done before, you fuck. What are you talking about? What is this point? This is a non-point. Yeah, let me pull it out because somebody did it in the 40s. You credit them. They marketed it. Obviously, it was a trick that a lot of people saw merit in. I've never heard of it, right? And I've considered myself a studied individual of the craft. So what does that even mean? Yeah, they marketed it. It's a magic company. They found an interesting bit. I don't know if the guy thought that he independently created it. If he did, whatever. I'm sorry, guys. It was already made up, but we'll change the crediting on the fucking webpage. It's still a great trick. I thought it's amazing with a pencil that you could generate a heartbeat. It's certainly different. He brought light into this effect that was in a Jinx that I don't think a lot of people knew about, or at least the population that would purchase magic tricks would know about. So what's the issue here? I think they should pull it out. No, why? Pull out every fucking trick then. Let's pull out trick because no, it's based on this. It's this trick. It's this trick with a little bit of a twist. That's every magic trick. Fuck. God. Ugh. Nerd, dude. That's, yeah, thank you for that. That's a great way to fucking be the end of the stream. Says the headphones guy, what's the drama? Oh, you fucker. I saw your Mandela effect video. There's no fucking way that the Fruit of the Loom logo didn't have a cornucopia. I will die in this hill. I do remember it with a cornucopia. So, again, remember, we're retarded. Our memory is fallible. So, something like that is entirely possible. I remembered it with a cornucopia. Maybe they changed it just to fuck with you. If I was Fruit of the Looms, I'd do that. I would tell people, oh, no, we never had that. And then any picture, I'd say that's false. That's fake. He's photoshopped it. He leaves the link to buy the OG book for half the price of the new trick. Now, yeah, granted, the book, you do get a lot more things than an individual trick. I believe there was some bits that illusionist they gave it with a pencil and people were bitching about that because it is just something you could do with any pencil, as what I figured out here in the last stream. But that's magic. That's the magic industry, buddy. That's the way it is. That's the way it's always been. It's not gonna change. Fuck. He's such an annoying prick. If magic companies didn't do the whole magic economy would collapse. Exactly. So what's the difference? What's the fucking difference? Magic Bus says, I used to do the tapping pen years ago. Very similar, right? Well, maybe you should leave a snarky comment on his video. I told you, he left a snarky comment on my video. Said, stop revealing magic to the masses, you POS. Make a video calling me a POS. Unbiased. That'd be great. Review my channel. How about that? You do unbiased magic reviews. Do a video on me, and then I'll do a video on you. I think that would be great. Stir up some drama in the magic review community. A bunch of virgins talking about magic tricks. Oh, God. Fucker. Juan Colas, in a video, it isn't an original idea. He got it from Paul Daniels. Okay, then there you go. So all they did is they marketed it. They put it pretty. And they showed it to people that have never seen it before. You see people that he's showing it to in the fucking trailer. It's a bunch of very well-known, well-respected names in the industry. And they're like, whoa, this is great. This is innovative. This is novel. So if anything, it brought light to a tremendous effect. So I don't know. I think it's just a dumb thing, a dumb hill to die on. Iker says Martin Luther King spoke so George Floyd could breathe. Thank you for that one, Iker. That's a great one. I hope the YouTube hive mind doesn't pick up on that and decide to... Well, this video is already demonetized. I've said retard way too much. I cannot pull out, nor could my parents. His dad should have pulled out. That's why you're saying that. Juan Colas, already read that one. Yeah, for a trick, you get your penis sponge ball and do the heart pulse with it. Can I do it with the penis sponge ball? I'm not familiar with the actual method. Heartbeat is the best effect in a long time. Haters are hate-free Mizzy. That's very nice of Unbiased Review to say that your audience are massive. Wow. Hey. Fucker. Steve Brooks. See, I don't like that you're quick-witted. But yes. All right. He did say that my channel is doing magic tricks for the masses. You could argue that's not the case. For the not really the masses. More of like the dozens and dozens of people that decide to accidentally click on my fucking videos. But don't call me up. You don't know me. Unbiased Magic Reviews calling me a POS. Let me see if Petty, was it him that Petty did a video on that Petty was apologetic for? I disagree with that. I think if you're a cunt, it's okay to call somebody a cunt. So there's no need to apologize to somebody who's calling you a cunt. Or sorry, who has an opinion on you. So let's see. Let me look up youtube.com. Fucking, again, on Bing, you have to type out youtube.com. I hate talking about magic drama. I do because it's magic. It's magic tricks. Craig Petty, unbiased. Is it unbiased? Yes, he is talking about unbiased. And then Unbiased Review has a video talking about Craig Petty. So this is going back and forth. And yes, so that was, I believe, over Eat a Seat or some other shit, something that he put out. But I do remember that Craig Petty put out a video where he was saying on how good Unbiased Review is at reviewing magic products. And I say right here, unbiased. For calling me a POS in a comment from 2 years ago. Right here. Look at that. Look at that. Look, focus on that. You fuck. I'm a POS. I'm a POS if you get to know me, and if you know me, and then maybe you think maybe I'm a piece of shit, right? Then I'm a piece of shit. But don't base it off one video where I'm doing the blister trick, where I'm doing the blister, the classic thing where you have oh look, I put my finger over a lighter. Oh, now I have a blister. I'm doing that trick, and you call me a POS because of that video right here. Right here, buddy. Actually, you know what? Look at this one. Boom. Never thought of that one. Okay, fuck. Never thought I could split it in two, huh? Well, I could. And I did, bitch. Let's go to here. Did you hear about the guy who rides first class while his kids and wife go economy? Bernie Sanders is a good guy. Okay? I don't know why you're out here talking shit about Bernie Sanders, a viable political candidate. Iker. You don't just reveal magic, you're hilarious, and your social commentary transcends double lifts. Great stream. Can't wait for the deck. Cheers, says Hungry and Hungover. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was Craig. I don't know why he made that video. I don't know why either. It was very weird for Craig to make that video, especially, by the way, I do magic reviews from time to time. I wasn't mentioned in a list by Craig Pelly as good magic review channels. He did mention to me that he was going to make a video saying that I was possibly his favorite magic channel. I don't want to push things forward, but I'm awaiting that video, Craig. I want to see it. I want to smell it. I want to breathe it in as I inflate my already overinflated ego more, right? But I did notice in that video, I didn't get a mention. But Unbiased Magic Reviews got a mention. And he is a POS. And I'm basing that off the comment that he left calling me a POS. So I want Unbiased to do a video on me. I want to do a video on me. I want to be the part of drama. Let's hear about this one. If anything, PigCake has gotten more out of magic than anybody. Really keeping the secret, dude. Okay, thank you for that. So if that is the end of the actual comments here on YouTube and or Rumble, all right, I am streaming on Rumble. I'll be trying to stream on that concurrently because why not? It's there. I like it better than Twitch, the idea of Rumble. Some people might disagree, but I'm a fan of saying what it is that I like to say, right? And unfortunately, I feel like Twitch isn't that. YouTube isn't that. Rumble might be that. But we'll see. But apart from that, that was a stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be trying to do another stream later on in the week. A new video tomorrow. I've been uploading little shorts here or there. They're helping out the growth of the channel because unfortunately YouTube is trying to compete with TikTok. I don't like them as much as you do, right? They're dumb, shitty, dumb prank, fake life hack videos. But I'm trying to feed the algorithm, trying to get that silver play button. Right? We'll see how long that takes. But apart from that, some advice at the end of the video. Let me see if I could give you some tips and tricks. I can't give you the one that I was thinking of, which is a bag of Coke will get you laid. Don't do it, but just have it on you and it'll get you laid. I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't condone that. That was going to be the advice that I give you, but it's not. So I'm going to give you some real advice based on... something that I could see in my vicinity. Fuck, I don't have anything in my vicinity. That's good. That's a nice thing to make a fucking advice on. I already talked about this in the last live stream, Dirty Soda. A camera? Can I talk about a camera? Yeah, I'll talk about a camera, I guess. Fuck it. It's awful. I'm sorry. This is what I use every day on my videos. It's this camera, Osmo Pocket 2.0. It's a gimbal and a camera. It shoots in 4K, 60 FPS. And you can see that it has a little gimbal right there. So everything's stable. One of the things that I hate is whenever I look at a video and it's not stable. Whereas this it's stable. No matter how I could run with this, and it's stable. So that is something that I highly suggest if quality is not really the focus of your channel. So something like, for example, Peter McKinnon would not do a video on that and use that as his camera because his channel is based on camera quality. Mine is not. It's based on dick jokes while doing card tricks. So that's my advice. That's a good camera if you're interested in cameras. I've already mentioned Nancy Pelosi insider trading. Come on. Get with the times.